grading every single first-round draft pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. First up is the Tennessee Titans, which get an A. The Tennessee Titans really needed a quarterback, so they decided to get Cam Ward out of Miami. I think that this is a good pick, and I'm happy that Tennessee Titans got a quarterback. Next up is the Jacksonville Jaguars, which get a C-. Listen, I get it. They got Travis Hunter. But Travis Hunter is good, not great, at two positions, and the Jacksonville Jaguars overpaid on him like crazy. This is a massive mistake for the Jacksonville Jaguars, which is why I think they deserve a C-. For the third one is the Giants, and I think they deserve an A. Listen, Abdul Carter is an absolute difference maker in games. He's a monster, a beast, and that's why I think he's an amazing pick for the Giants, especially because they're obviously needing a rebuild. I think that the Patriots deserve an A. What can I say other than Will Campbell's an absolute monster? He only let up 5 sacks in the 3 years that he attended LSU. An absolute beast of a player. Next up, we got the Browns here. I think the Browns deserve an A-. Mason Graham's an absolute dog, and I think he can definitely succeed at the NFL level. I hope he can do well, but then again, it's the Browns. Here we go, Las Vegas Raiders. I think that they deserve an A. Ashton Jeanty was the best running back by far in the college football. Plus, he got diamond Crocs, bro. How can you even compete with that? Other than that, I think the Raiders really needed a running back. And plus, Pete Carroll's coached beast mode, so I think he can really produce a good running back in Ashton Jeanty here. The 7th overall pick, I think that the Jets deserve a B-. I think that drafting an offensive tackle was a good decision for the Jets, but I don't think it was the best thing they could have done. They need a quarterback right now, and they did not grab one right here when they should have. Listen, the only quarterback they have is Justin Fields, who literally had to compete with a job with Russell Wilson, who's washed like crazy and won't play that good. So I think that they needed a quarterback, and I don't think that this guy's even the best at his position. I'll give the Panthers a B-. Now, you could make an argument that Matthew Golden is better, but I don't know. He might be, he might not be. I think that Bryce Young needed help, and so this is a pretty good pick, but they also had defensive needs. So I decided to give this a B. I think the Saints get a B+. This is a nice offensive tackle that the Saints pretty much needed, especially since they need to full rebuild, especially if their head coach and GM wants to keep their job. But I do think that a quarterback here would have been pretty good, especially like Shedeur Sanders. The Bears get an A. Colston Loveland was a good pick for the Bears and will do amazing in this new, powerful Ben Johnson offense. Although I do think they could use some more offensive help, but they got a lot of those in the offseason, so I think it's fine. I guess I'll give the 49ers a B+. I'll say that last season was not as good as the 2023 season for this guy, but the talent is definitely still there, and I think that he can definitely be developed into an absolute unit in the defensive line. Damn boys get a C+. Listen, I know they needed some offensive linemen, but want to know what they needed even more? A wide receiver. So why draft this guy when you need one? Then again, you can't blame them much when their general manager is Jerry Jones. Dolphins get an A-. They needed some defensive line help, so that's why I think this pick is an absolute amazing pick. They got an amazing defense. The Indianapolis Colts get a B+. Like, who let this man fall this far? This guy's going to be amazing for the Colts. So I think that this is an amazing pick for them. I think I'll give the Falcons a B. The Falcons drafted Jalen Walker, who had some health concerns. But other than that, I think he'll be a nice addition to this defense. I'll give Arizona a B+. I think that this guy will definitely help them out, but he needs to be more consistent. Definitely. I think that he'll really help out the defense, though. I'll give the Bengals a B-. This guy definitely showed talent, but needs to be molded into a good football player with good instincts. I'll give the Seattle Seahawks an A. Last year, their offensive line was an absolute piece of garbage. Hot, steaming garbage. Greg Zabel will be an amazing addition to this offensive line that will definitely keep Sam Darnold safe. I give the Tampa Bay Buccaneers a B. Mike Evans is getting older, and Chris Godwin just came off an injury, so I think that this new wide receiver could really help them out as a new target for Baker Mayfield. I'll give the Denver Broncos a B+. Like, their defense couldn't get more stacked, but instead they get a cornerback out of Texas. Their defense is going to be an absolute menace next year. I'll give the Pittsburgh Steelers a C+. Listen, they have all of their money tied up in the defense already. They need some offense or else they will completely fall apart. I'll give the Los Angeles Chargers an A. We know that Jim Harbaugh really wants to run that football around, and I think that this will really elevate their run game to the next level. I'll give the Green Bay Packers an A. I think that Matthew Golden is going to really elevate their passing game, especially with Jordan Love, giving him a complete new target. I'll give the Minnesota Vikings a B+. I mean, they needed some offensive help, and so that's exactly what they did. And teams really like the demeanor of this dude, so I think it's a pretty good pick for them. I'll give the Giants a B+. They needed a quarterback, and so they got theirs in Jackson Dart. They traded up, but I don't think they should have traded up. Sure, I said that team should have drafted a quarterback earlier, but they've seen, like, all of the picks, and so I feel like they've seen that a quarterback has not been drafted, and so they took their chance and they got Jackson Dart. I'll give the Falcons an A-. They traded up to get one of the best defensive linemen in the draft. This was an expert pick by the team, and they obviously want to win. I'll give the Ravens a B+. Some people may say that they should have drafted an edge rusher here, but there's so many edges in this draft, it's not even a joke, man. Like, they could wait easily and get an absolute piece. So this is a pretty good pick for them. I'll give the Lions a B. They needed some defensive help, and so they got some defensive help. Nothing much more I can say here other than good pick. I'll give the Commanders a B+. I think that they already have an elite running game, and so, like, why not get some more offensive linemen to help Jane Daniels succeed even more? I'll give the Buffalo Bills a B. Listen, I know that this guy's a really good cornerback and they needed one, but they also desperately needed a wide receiver. Khalil Shakir is a good wide receiver number 2, not 1. I'll give the Philadelphia Eagles a B+. How do they keep getting these elite defensive players at the end of every draft, bro? This is why they won the Super Bowl. This guy is going to definitely help out their defense even more. Good pick. Last and certainly least, I give the Kansas City Chiefs an A. What can I say other than Patrick Mahomes absolutely got killed at the Super Bowl last year. They needed some offensive line help, so that's exactly what they did right here. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like content like that, make sure to subscribe and like. It's free and it helps me out a ton. Thank you.